Yes, my background has changed yet again. Just never expect consistency from me is what I'm learning, because I always throw out furniture or move around, and so filming becomes difficult when you don't have like a set place to film. So we're just working with a couple different things and we're gonna see how this goes. So I really wanted to make a video that had to do with book covers because I'm a big fan of book covers, and I kept rearranging my shelves as per usual because what else do you do? And I realized how many books I had with covers that I absolutely adored. So I decided to pick out my top 10 favorite book covers off of my shelves. So let's just dive right in. I'm going to start with 2 honorable mentions, but I'm only going to show one of them because they are series, so holding up is going to be difficult. And that is all the new reprints of the Cassandra Clare books with the spines. I don't necessarily consider them favorite covers because it isn't really the cover I like. Not that I have an issue with the cover, but I prefer, the spine is why I bought the sets the way I did. So, just figured I'd mention those just because I do appreciate looking at them. But like I said, it's not necessarily a cover. So, starting off, these are in no particular order. I didn't do a top 10, number 1 is my absolute favorite, so on and so forth. So we're just going to dive in. I'm going to start with the Mercy Falls Wolf Trilogy by Maggie Stiefvater. I couldn't pick one that I preferred, so I kind of grabbed all of them. They look pretty much the same. Here is Shiver the first book, Linger the second, and Forever the third. I really like these books, one, because they stick with a color theme. I like that it's all blue with the white, and you have the green with the white, and red with the white. And I like that they have little drawings in there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to pull it up. Little drawings that show you things that are important in the books and that go along with the book, but they don't give anything away. So I'm definitely a big fan of these book covers. Next, I'm going with Ink, Iron, and Glass by Gwendolyn Clare. This book was really a cover buy for me, to be honest. The cover always caught my attention every time I walked past it in Barnes & Noble. I like the color theme of it, the way it drips down at the bottom, how it's kind of steampunk-esque. It's got the gears all around it, and this Citadel, Capitol-ish looking building. I was a big fan. I like the color theme. I really like the font, how glass looks like glass. It's not that funny. But I was definitely a fan of this, so of course I had to choose it for this video. Next, we're going with Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I like this cover because it's really simple, and they could have easily put 2 humans on the cover. Not that these aren't humans, but real life people, and I always hate when there's real people on a cover. So I like that they did this, and I like that it sums up the story. If you've read Eleanor and Park, this makes sense for this to be the cover. So I'm really glad that this was what they went with. I really like it. It's super simple. I like looking at it, and it's cute. One thing I think is kind of funny, though, is every time I looked at Eleanor and Park, I'd been recommended this book several times from friends, and I always thought it looked really childish, so that's why I never picked it up. But I actually have this on my laptop, in a sticker. Here, I have my laptop. I got the cover onto my laptop, so that shows how much I like it. Speaking of book covers that go with the book, I'm going with my next one, which is It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. This is one of my favorite books of all time. It actually deals with mental illness, which is why I like it so much. But the thing I like about this book is it's so crucial to the plot of the story, but you just have to read it to know how. And I like that the head silhouette shape, mostly because it does deal with things going on in the head, but also if you look at any of Ned's other books, they all have the same head silhouette shape on it. I think that's kind of cool. And I like that it's simplistic, but it means a lot once you get into it. That is all. Next, I have... they all just fell down. Oh no. I interrupt this video to fix the book stack. Alright, next I have The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is the collector's edition, which is probably why I love it so much. I like that it doesn't have the title on the cover of the book. It's just got the crown with the blood dripping down. I think it looks super cool. I love the colors on it. I can't help but stare at this book. I literally bought this version just because of the cover. I was gonna buy Red Queen anyway, but how could you not buy this cover if it's an option? next I have Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard by Rick Riordan. I actually love all the Magnus Chase book covers, but I only grabbed this one off the shelf because I didn't feel like grabbing the other one because I'm lazy. I like the colors on this cover. I like that it is illustrated. It looks stunning. Like, I'd love to have this on my shelf. Even the spine, like, looks really nice. So this is definitely a book that I had to choose. I like the, like, gold designs in here. It's just 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 cover right here. Next, I have Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. The funny thing is, my sister had this book on her Nook for the longest time, and all I could ever see was the cover of it. And I was like, oh, I don't want to read it, I don't want to read it, I don't want to read it. And then I read it, and it's been one of my favorite books ever. But again, I like how simple it is. I like that it has a real person on the cover, but it's not like the main focus. Like, you can't really tell. It's not like a face. And I just like that, again, it has a lot of meaning to the story. You just have to read it. I guess that's one of my favorite things about covers is when they do have a meaning to the story. I don't know. Next, I have Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. I just got this book off of Book Outlet. It is by the same author who wrote Eliza and Her Monsters. I haven't read it yet. However, it sounds super cool, so I'm super pumped to read it. Blue is my favorite color, if you didn't know. So of course, blue. Gotta love this. But I always loved I have a poster like this hanging up in my room that has the rain falling on the umbrella. I just thought it looked really visually appealing. Like, I don't know if it goes with the story or not, really, because like I said, I haven't read it. But I really like the cover. It's gorgeous. Next, we have the Jackie B series by somebody, William Ritter. I love all the books in this series, but again, I didn't want to hold them up. There's, 4 books. I just got the rest of them, again, off of Book Outlet. But I like how it has the silhouette of a face on it, but you still have things going on inside of it, if that makes sense. Like, I like the face, like, you kind of get it, but then there's more. Like, you look deeper. I like that the cover gives me a little something else every time I look at it. So, the last book on my list is Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I put it with the Jackie B's because it's kind of a similar thing. I like that you can see the London cityscape in the skirts of her dress. You know, you get half of a face, so it's not as bad as giving a whole human face, because that's really what I hate. I hate when people tell me, like, oh, this is what your character's supposed to look like. For example, on the Vampire Academy books, ugh, I'm glad they redid those covers, to be honest, but yeah, these were my top 10 favorite book covers on my bookshelf. This list is subject to change at any time because I have a book buying addiction, so I get prettier covers every time I go out and buy books. But for right now, these are my top 10. I'm probably going to make a video like my least favorite covers on my bookshelf, so we'll see how that goes. I'll see you guys later, and remember, always stay bookish. See you guys!